From the drawer of his table desk, Jasper Holt took a pane of window glass. He laid a sheet of paper on the glass and wrote, "Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of the party." He studied his round business college script and rewrote the sentence in a small finicky hand, that of a studious old man. 10 times he copied the words in that false, pinched writing. He tore up the paper, burned the fragments in his large ashtray, and washed the delicate ashes down his stationary washbowl. He replaced the pane of glass in the drawer, tapping it with satisfaction. A glass underlay does not retain an impression. Jasper Holt was as nearly respectable as his room, which, with its frilled chairs and pansy-painted pincushion, was the best in the aristocratic boarding house of Mrs. Lyons. He was a wiry, slightly bald, black-haired man of 38, wearing an easy gray flannel suit and a white carnation. His hands were peculiarly compact and nimble. He gave the appearance of being a youngish lawyer or bond salesman. Actually, he was senior paying teller in the Lumber National Bank in the city of Vernon. He looked at a thin, expensive gold watch. It was 6:30 on Wednesday, toward dusk of a tranquil spring day. He picked up his hooked walking stick and his gray silk gloves and trudged downstairs. He met his landlady in the lower hall and inclined his head. She effusively commented on the weather. "I shall not be here for dinner," he said amiably. "Very well, Mr. Holt. My, but aren't you always going out with your swell friends, though? I read in the Herald that you were going to be star in another of those society plays at the community theatre. I guess you'd be an actor if you wasn't a banker, Mr. Holt." "No, I'm afraid I haven't much temperament." His voice was cordial, but his smile was a mere mechanical sidewise twist of the lip muscle. "You're the one that's got the stage presence. Bet you'd be a regular Ethel Barrymore if you didn't have to look out for us." "My, but you're such a flatterer." He bowed his way out and walked sedately down the street to a public garage, nodding to the night attendant. But saying nothing, he started his roadster and drove out of the garage, away from the center of Vernon, toward the suburb of Rosebank. He did not go directly to Rosebank. He went 7 blocks out of his way and halted on Fandle Avenue, one of those petty main thoroughfares which, with their motion picture palaces, their groceries, laundries, undertakers' establishments, and lunchrooms, serve as local centers for districts of mean residences. He got out of the car and pretended to look at the tires, kicking them to see how much air they had. While he did so, he covertly looked up and down the street. He saw no one whom he knew. He went into the Parthenon confectionery store. The Parthenon store makes a specialty of those ingenious candy boxes that resemble bound books. The back of the box is of imitation leather, with a stamping simulating the title of a novel. The edges are apparently the edges of a number of pages of paper, but these pages are hollowed out, and the inside is to be filled with candy. Jasper gazed at the collection of book boxes and chose the 2 whose titles had the nearest approach to dignity: Sweets to the Sweet and the Lady's Delight. He asked the Greek clerk to fill these with the less expensive grade of mixed chocolates and to wrap them.